If you could keep your mind quiet, clear of memories and imagination, you'd be able to hear the whispering voice of your conscience, ready to guide you beyond the restlessness that causes your pain. If you could keep the mind quiet, clear of memories and imaginations, you'd be able to hear the whispering voice of your conscience, ready to guide you beyond the restlessness that causes your pain. Contemplate that for a moment. So our daily meditation provides us tools so that when we go into the world to unite the two worlds, outer and inner, by service to the truth reflected by our conscience, we can employ the tools that we gained in seated meditation, like one-pointed attention, focusing all of our creative energy on what is calling our attention now, to be of service now, that is in need of something from us now. But the mind is restless, isn't it? That is its habit. Nobody taught us how to rectify that, to train the mind. Not in school, not in college, not in any post-grad courses. But you learn through your meditation the skill of detachment. You learn to create a space between stimulus and response. And that slows things down, enables you to center yourself in your essential nature. That space that you can create in training the mind provides you the freedom to check with the wise and the good superconscious wisdom of the conscience, suggesting the thought to think, the word to speak, and the action to take now in this present moment, in order to serve your individual dharma and purpose and that of the entire universe and beyond. The skill of one-pointed attention and detachment brings discrimination, so that we know what's to be done and we also know what's not to be done. We know what's to be said and we know what's not to be said. We know what thoughts are positive and life-enhancing, and we also know which are in service to the limited perspectives of the ego, or the senses, or the unconscious mind, or the tide of the culture that we have accepted as our own. And the more that we serve that eternal truth that is reflected by the conscience, the muscles of willpower are strengthened so that we can do what's to be done, when it's to be done, and not do what's not to be done, when it's not to be done. And where does that lead us? It leads to fulfillment. It leads to self-confidence. It leads to an imperishable comfort. That point of balance between outer and inner is what all of humanity is missing. There's a marvelous quote from Blaise Pascal. Now, he was a French philosopher, mathematician, scientist, theologian, back in the 17th century. He said, all human evil, all human unskillfulness comes from this: a human being's inability to sit still in a room. If we can keep the mind quiet, clear of memories and imaginations, we'll be able to hear the whispering voice of the conscience, reflecting the superconscious wisdom at the core of our center. And it will guide us beyond all this restlessness that causes us pain. Yes, we have an animal body, just like our canine cousins, but we don't have to act on animal instinct. We don't have to act on habit. We can become free. This is the gift of a human life. What are we going to do? We can see when we do nothing but act as an animal where it leads. And if you're not familiar, then turn on your television and just scroll through the channels. There's virtually not one channel that doesn't reflect the ignorance and the pain that's going on in the world. If you could keep the mind quiet, clear of memories and imagination, you'll be able to hear the whispering voice of your conscience, ready to guide you beyond the restlessness that causes your pain.